It's Collette from the Sacred Rose Temple, and I'm here to give you this week's energy report. Well, we have a Trinity that's working together this week that's going to affect us and give us some profound insights. And so, the first thing I want to do is to take you there. So, what have we got going on? Well, first of all, the 11th, which is today, and the 12th, we have the Venus and the Jupiter energy meeting up, the two brightest planets in our sky. They come very close, just under a degree apart. And this planetary pairing is really significant. It rarely happens in Cancer, and it's been signaled as a powerful moment that will bring us much luck, love, and new beginnings for all of us that are walking this planet at this time. It's such a beautiful pairing, and it happens with uh, Sirius. So we directly have that Sirius is in conjunct with Venus and Jupiter. And this is a luminous star that deeply is associated with our spiritual illumination, our success, and our soul development. So you can actually see why Venus, Jupiter, and Sirius all playing together in our cosmological landscape are going to have some really great impression on us. It's a gift. It really is a gift, and all of us will be kind of reaping this gift from this collision, this Trinity collision this week. And so I'm here to try and make that conscious for you, to make you feel that gift and call it in and actually accept it and receive it. This is a spiritual kind of time of looking at our romance, our financial fortune, and our spiritual fortune. We enter into a realm of cosmic insight and deeper awakening into those things. There's a lot of astrologists that are calling this the water grand trine and the sacred feminine rising. It's bringing in a natural flow of emotion, intuition, and spiritual energies. And it could really, really works within that. Whatever we're cleansing, whatever we're moving, we're going to be gifted with the return of doing that work. I mean, specifically, any creative healing that you're doing from past wounds, traumas, and emotional blocks is going to be really giving you fruits. I think some of us have been really in a theme, like whether that's emotional, whether that's been about relationship or our working life or our family. There's been one concurrent theme that keeps coming up, and it will have been made itself very clear to you over the past year. And this has been the root of some of the deepest wounds and traumas and emotional blocks that you've held that doesn't just affect that one area. It is like that nucleus of the cell, it affects all areas. But this one thing that's come to you, so for me, it's been a relational breakup, and it's been the understanding of my own interplay of anima and animus and a deep rooted unworthiness. That then will make me understand the aspects of that that plays out within my work field or my family field or in community. Like, where is that also showing up in different parts of my life? So I want you to make that clear first, like first and foremost. What is it you've been working on? And can you name it exactly what it is that you've been working on? And then take a little look about how that might affect areas such as relationship, work, uh, family, friendships, and all the others that you want to look at. It will give you a good recipe for how this has been weaving through your entire life. What it is also asking us for us in the feminine is to allow the rising of sacred feminine energy within us, one receptive, intuitive, compassionate, and integrative. It literally will bring in a deeper feeling of what has been holding back that deeper sacred feminine energy, which is linked to what I've just shared, because that has been holding that sacred feminine energy back, not allowing you to really come through and release the, like release the true unleashed you. It is a collective invitation, in fact, to release old pain and embrace unconditional love, forgiveness, and to be your most full, authentic self. That keeps coming up, the authenticity. The full moon in Aquarius really wanted to focus on that over the weekend, about how you are really being and showing up as authentically you. You will find that there are many relationships in your life that have fallen away, many connections that you just realize you do not align with. And this has been for your greater good. It's not a punishment. I know it can feel really brutal when you separate, or that friendships fall away, or connections just kind of fizzle out, or there's a fallout. But it's absolutely necessary for your soul's purpose that you find the right people. The right people don't fall away. They stay around. They can be long. I have like several connections that have stayed around for years and years. It might not be that we see each other a lot. It might not that we spend intense time together, but these connections have been rooted and woven through my very fabric. And these are the connections that are important in your life. So allow past connections, that those that keep showing up as trouble for you, those that keep having a discord or a disharmony. I've had something recently, someone apologized, said, oh, blah, 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 and then suddenly the behavior appears again. These are the connections to let go of, let them go, just let them fade. No animosity, sending love to them, wishing them really well on their journey. But this is not good for me. This is not conducive to my growth. Growth involves communication, speaking out in truth and integrity, working through things that are difficult or that might have been a problem between you. That's a good friendship. A good friendship, a true connection, is willing to face and to talk and to work through things because it's a connection. So just keep that in mind. Anyone giving you the silence treatment, anyone just like not invested in making things right when they're trying to say they're wrong, it's not a good sign. It's a karma, and it's trying to show you to heal from that, for you to change your behavior within that dynamic. So that's going to be come through. I think it's really important. If someone doesn't really truly think you're the bee's knees, that thinks you're wonderful, that loves you deeply, let them go. Let them go. We need the team around us that are saying, this person is brilliant, the person that stands up for us in quietened rooms or rooms that are talking. It really is vital that you find those right connections. And please trust that the more authentic you are, the more the energies that don't resonate with you will fall away. I know that when I've spoken out, or I really truly speak about what I believe, it can cause disharmony. And then those people get triggered and walk away. Let them. Just let them, and feel that in every aspect of our life. Speaking your truth if it costs a friendship. And remember, it's your truth. It's not the truth. I'm not saying that you're the truth, but it is your truth. It's what you feel. It's what you stand for. Can you really hold what you're passionate about? Can you really hold what you truly believe? And notice where you dilute. Notice where you hold back, because these are the places where you're hiding yourself. Because of what? Fear, persecution, not being liked. I mean, I could write a long list, but it really is time to step into your potential and be who you truly are, and trust that what comes in will be aligned with that. And there's no more of this like silence and bad relating, I call it. And I'm not saying I'm not part of that, because I very, very much am. I'm part of that bad relating. But I've changed. I've really been working on being able to communicate, speak, talk about it, just come out of the shadows with it, is what this Aquarius full moon is talking about. This is coinciding with the ending of Mercury retrograde. Yay! And as we're in the shadow of the post retrograde, we're just where we've been deeply internalizing, we're now externalizing. We're now putting what we've been feeling and thinking and going through into practice. It's going to ask you to be just a little bit slower in your communication, just taking your time as we move forward now out the retrograde. Your mindful processing will allow some deeper, meaningful communication and connections, hence what I just said about the full moon. and being grounded and centered and being in your authentic expression of you. This will bring clarity and clearness in your life. Deep exhale. We've done the work, all that friction, all that chaos, all that heartache, bullshit stuff came from deep wounds within us. And we've been trying to heal them. And as we heal them, and if you have been doing the work, you're going to come into much clarity. I just feel for me, there's been a deep space of much more peace in my life. I'm feeling really peaceful and I'm very curious and careful about new connections, being very, very careful who I spend my time with, who my energy's around, just being really clear about what I want and who I want to spend time with. And you need that too. You need the clarity so that your relationships and love have full expansion. They're full of luck. They're full of harmony. There's deep, auspicious moments to connect deeper and finding people that want to connect deeper if you've made the space. There's going to be really big spiritual and emotional healing. Alignment with Sirius and water signs really does support deep soul healing and clarity. And this is a time where you've been releasing, you'll release even more, and you'll rebirth yourself emotionally. How nice. Personal growth, you're going to step forward into self-worth. It's been calling you, hasn't it? You can no longer play those old patterns, no longer. I've seen it with women massively in the women's groups I'm working in. Just like they can no longer surrender to that 9 to 5 job. Like it just doesn't fit them. It never did fit the feminine. She's a creatrix. She needs time to flow into her creative endeavors, into her oracular path, into her spiritual teachings. I'm going to be doing loads of classes on this because I really feel women deeply need to remember these gifts that we have. I start the course for Shift Network in the next couple of weeks, and it is all about women stepping forward into that leadership path, embodying that elder within, no matter what your age, that you have an elder wisdom in you. We really need to feel this as women. That helps us step into our self-worth. It makes us compassionate. We get a creative expression with new openness and authenticity in this energy. So this is a really powerful time to take up those classes. It's a really powerful time to do more self-work that leads to your feminine empowerment. It really, really, really is the time. So step in if you've been thinking about that course and been saying, maybe it's time to do it. It really is. All this will help you significantly. There is a huge collective shift into a tender yet more bigger push towards compassion, forgiveness, and healing in broader social circles and familiar contexts. I think what we're seeing is when we're seeing the brutality that's happening in our world, we're dropping into deeper compassion. We're not being apathetic anymore. We're not turning a blind eye. We're beginning to see that even with elements of privilege, that there's something we can do. We can pray, we can donate, we can help out in all ways. We can connect to these people whose stories are much different to ours and say, this isn't right. And know that those that we're voting for, the money we're giving is going into corrupt structures that are creating these scenarios. And it's not outside of us, it's very inside of us. We have to remember that the collective conscious behavior and the unconscious behavior that we're not aware of comes from the individual. And the stronger the essence of corruption or war or criminality or whatever, or fear, is projected out into the collective. So what we're seeing truly manifesting within our collective is coming from our individual psyches. And that's where we have to do the work. We have to make peace with ourselves. We have to be more compassionate. We need to stop warring with people. This goes back to what I was saying about people in your life. If you're in a constant war with someone, it's time to step out the war. If somebody you're dealing with is unable to want to go through communication, deep healing, mediation, then step away. Step away. You want relationships that are open to talking, to seeing both ways, to resolution, rather than always entering into conflict. So that that is a big piece for what we're seeing out there. But what really matters this week, and I'm going to put this into just like some lighter points that you can take away, is this transit that's happening between Venus, Jupiter, Sirius, which is the main one I'm reflecting on within this energy report, is not just an astrological event, it's a cosmological invitation for your soul and psyche. And these are the 4 key takeaways. Open your heart with trust and creative courage. Heal wounds through the tenderness of Venus and the expansiveness of Jupiter. Be guided by the Sirius light, anchoring you in spiritual clarity, and embrace a more soulful, embodied feminine strength that heals, creates, and transforms. They're the key takeaways. If you are listening to this on YouTube, then you will obviously be receiving this forecast. But if you're on my email list, I will be sending you a Sirius meditation to help you really deeply anchor into the transformative aspect. Please sign up to my newsletter. You'll see that by signing up on my website. You can send me an email or DM me emails as well. That can all be handled my end. And we'll make sure that you get the Sirius meditation this week. Also, news of my new up-and-coming courses and classes, where I am specifically focusing on developing feminine oracle powers, that deeper spiritual womb ridden work that the feminine needs to be doing right now. I'm really going to be sending out lots of work with regards to that. So keep your eyes open, sign up to my newsletter, and I please ask you to make a comment on this video, share, and subscribe. It all helps me stay focused and, driven to do these reports for you all, and to really listen to how it lands for you. I'm interested to know how each of these lands in your psyche and what it brings up for you. So sending you much love for this week. Let Venus, let Jupiter, let the celestial combination of Sirius really bring you some glittering transformation. I'm sending you lots of love. Take care and bye for now.